Hello everyone, welcome back. Today I'm gonna tell you about the synopsis of Extraordinary Attorney Wu episode 16. Episode 16 of Extraordinary Attorney Wu starts with a slightly different change of pace. We follow Taesumi's son, Sang-hyun, who's somewhat of a genius. He's won awards for cybersecurity. He has numerous soul-free cubes across his shelves, and his favorite food is also kimbap. Random fact, but okay. While he eats, Sang-hyun overhears the round case on TV, including how in Seoul, the CEO is still unconscious. As his mother's watch, Sang-hyun steps up and admits he's responsible for the hack. Sumi implores him not to say anything and to keep all of this a secret between them. Sumi is desperate to get the ministry position and demands he not turn himself in. However, Sang-hyun throws a curveball when he mentions Youngwoo. At Hanbada, Jang is still in charge, but he reprimands Minwoo, Suyeon, and Youngwoo for their part to play in the round case. It's still not over yet, despite winning the first trial, and CEO Han actually jumps in to be part of their group too. At the same time, it saw change over at Round as a new CEO and Mr. Kim Chan-hong is brought forward in Cho's absence. Speaking of absence, Suyeon and Monwoo shows up to meet Myung-suk in hospital. He has a face mask on, but he seems to be healing up. Apparently, the surgery went well and he's been taking better care of himself for his ex-wife, who shows up prompting the lawyers to leave. Jisoo and Myung-suk talk, with the latter seriously contemplating quitting Hanbada for her in order so they can have a relationship. According to Jisoo, this is the only solution so they can be together without work getting in the way. Meanwhile, Minwoo meets with Sumi and feedback what's been going on with Youngwoo. He brings up her failed relationship and admits now's a good time to take her down. Minwoo is not the one to do it though. He's had a change of heart and decided to start living like a fool instead. Of course, this ties back into Suyeon and her word last chapter. That night, a representative from Daesan law firm stops by and gives Youngwoo a brochure with the promotion to Daesan of his own, including a professional counselor, all paid for, along with double her current salary. Juno listened to all of this and he's shocked, eventually deciding not to follow through with his confession of love. Inside, Youngwoo speaks to her father, who admits that her parentage is going to be made public, and this is basically Sumi's way of trying to get rid of her. When Youngwoo drops the brochure on the table, Kwang-ho already knows about this, of course, and believes leaving for the States is in Youngwoo's best interest. But what does she actually want to do? Youngwoo certainly doesn't understand why she needs to hide right now. That's for sure. At Hanbada, Sang-hyun appears and admits to his big sister that he's the one who hacked into a round. He also brings up that a guy called Chan-hong was the one who hired him to do this and steal the files. Chan-hong wanted to remain in Seoul of the developer spirit, given he had turned too far into businessman instead. Chan-hong's thinking is that he wants to use this attack as a way of convincing his college to invest more in security. Sang-hyun made it seem like North Korea were the culprits through some well-placed red herring. The reason he's coming clean now, though, is because Chol is in hospital and got hurt. The thing is, if Youngwoo comes clean with this, then it's against her own client's interest, leaving her in somewhat of dilemma. Either way, Sumi's son just record a video of his confession about the hack, just in case Hanbada decides to use this. CEO Han wants to use this as leverage against Sumi, stopping her getting to the position of minister, as Han claims that it's like killing two birds with one stone. Youngwoo suddenly gets a light bulb moment once more. Youngwoo determines that as Sang-hyun gives the personal date he stole to Mr. Kim, he encrypts the whole thing so nobody could actually access the personal data. This means the damage due to personal data breach hasn't occurred yet. Youngwoo echoes the same sentiment in court, as the video is played to those involved to show Mr. Kim is the one who organized the hack. Not only that, but the board of directors decided to cover the whole thing up and play damage control, dismissing Chan Hong from the board of directors. However, a recovering angel decided to get one step further and actually take legal action against Chan Hong. Despite all of this, the defendants and the judge decided not to use this video as evidence after all. Through all of this, Sang-hyun messaged Youngwoo and confirms he won't be testifying as he's moving to the US. This is obviously Sumi's doing. CEO Han believes the work around for this is to leak the video anyway and try to win the approval of the public. Youngwoo is against this, given it's going to cause Sang-hyun to be vilified. Instead, Youngwoo decided to take matters into her own hand and convince Sumi herself, meeting her at Daesan law firm. On the way there, though, Juno speaks his piece and talks about why he likes being with her and all the things he's grateful for. From the twinkle in her eyes to holding Youngwoo tight, this thing makes Juno happy. He also urged her not to break up, and as a result, Youngwoo tells him secrets and thinks they shouldn't break up after all. Youngwoo confronts her mom and tells Sumi that she liked herself to a narwhal. She sees herself as a valuable, rare, and beautifully commodity, wanting Sumi to see those same values and do what's right. She pleads with Sumi to be a good mother to Sang-hyun, making up for what she didn't do with her and actually reprimand Sang-hyun properly, letting him come clean with the video. It's a big moment, even for Youngwoo, who starts crying after such an emotional meeting. This meeting does the trick and Sang-hyun is allowed to testify. These are terms, of course, and one of those comes from the fact Youngwoo is the one who has to question Sang-hyun. Youngwoo does just this, questioning Sang-hyun in court. He's pretty forthcoming, and even apologized around for what he's done. Taesumi is in attendance too, and she silently watches on while her son is questioned. Taesumi steps up in front of the media and tells them all she's sorry for what her son has done, and even stepping down from the Minister of Justice position. Han gets her way, but at the same time Sumi leans some humility and will hopefully double down on actually being there for her son now. With the case resolved, all our characters gather together for food and to celebrate. A recovered Myung-suk shows up with Jisoo and he's asked whether he'll return. He tries to wing at Youngwoo, insinuating he will be coming back, but she doesn't get the hint so Myung-suk sticks with a maybe for now. The next day, Youngwoo learns that she's been given a full-time contract at Hanbada. Her father is unbelievably proud of her and watch as she leaves for their law firm. My daughter all grown up, Kwang-ho says proudly. As for Youngwoo, she heads back on the subway once more in a lovely throwback to episode 1 when she saw that whale pass by the train outside. As she skips into work, Youngwoo greets Junho and admits she's feeling a sense of fulfillment. That's all for today. See you in the next video. Bye!